So it's now 10:56 a.m. I've got about an hour until my shift starts. Still Tuesday, December 24th, 2024, Christmas Eve. Having like the best Christmas Eve I think I've ever had alone. I've had better Christmas Eves, just for the record. But this is by far the best one I've ever had alone. Not feeling lonely at all. Actually, I feel like I've made a couple new friends today. So there's that. So really good time at Marquia. Christian not here, but I was helped by a young guy named Ethan who was really, really cool. They got me the replacement panel. No questions asked about it. Whoa. There's somebody behind me. That's one of those safety features. It actually did a low vibration and vibrated the car because I'm in reverse, but I had my foot on the pedal. The car was concerned I was going to back into that. So that's kind of cool. I don't even think the car would let me back into that. So that was handled. He figured out how to disable. Now, he didn't know, Ethan, didn't know how to disable the whole moving my seat around all the time by itself thing. But he said he was going to make an effort to try to find out, and he did. And I'm on the wrong side of the road, but the white line was messing with me. I'm going to go this way. But he did, and he's like, oh, I fixed it for you. And when we got back, I'm like, could you do me a favor? Could you show me how you did it? Like, it's one thing to do it for me, but I don't just want it done. Like, I want to learn how to do it myself. And so he showed me, and in the process of showing me, he showed me how to get to a menu that, to be fair, I haven't really looked for because I've been busy, but showed me how to get to a menu where I can adjust a lot of other things in the car. So that's something I need to get on soon. But yeah, liking the car a whole lot better now that it will not be moving my seat around by itself. I do not like that feature at all. I don't understand people that do. It's a beautiful day today, by the way. 70 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny here in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's how I like it to be on Christmas Eve. Y'all can have yourself a white Christmas elsewhere. I'm going to turn right and have myself a Pima Christmas. Actually, I'm having a Pima Christmas right now. The screen says I'm in Scottsdale, but I am very much on the Salt River Pima Reservation. An entire Scottsdale auto mall called the Scottsdale Auto Show. That's not Scottsdale. That's on the res, for those that don't know. Now, I just crossed the 101. I am very on the res right now. It just occurred to me I got plenty of time to kill, so why not take surface streets? I think I mentioned earlier, in a gas car, I've gotten in the habit of always going on the freeway and driving fast when I can, because that's how I get the best mileage. And it's completely the opposite of that in a EV. You get your best mileage when you're just kind of leisurely driving slow. Which seems funny because people who have a car that is insanely fast generally don't want to drive slow. But if you got the time to take the scenic route and drive slow, why not? Enjoy it. You're actually saving a lot of energy in an EV doing that versus getting on the freeway. You use a lot more energy going high speeds. So I'm going to take a scenic, leisurely drive across the res. Use this braking technique that I've learned of using the left paddle to come to a stop at the stop. That's the corner of Indian School and Dobson. They actually have street signs out here on the res now. But when I first started driving on the res, when I first started driving for Yellow Cab, there were no street signs at all out on the res. So when you navigated the res, it was a challenge. And I always did really well just because I watch my odometer. And the street names on the res are the same street names that are used in the rest of the Maricopa County grid. So just remember how far east and west I am and how far north and south I am. And so yeah, the next thoroughfare after Dobson is Longmore. So I would know when I got to the stop sign I was at Longmore. I didn't need to have the street sign there to tell me that. And the next stop sign is Alma School. And the next stop sign is Extension. And I believe the next stop sign is Country Club. But yeah, that's how I would navigate around the res, back when the res had no street signs. And same thing going north and south. You know, when I go south, the next half mile is going to be Osborne. The next half mile is going to be Thomas. The next half mile is going to be Oak. And then when I get to McDowell, it'll be pretty obvious. McDowell is one of the few, actual major thoroughfares. And by major thoroughfare, I mean, this is a major thoroughfare, but I mean, it's like a strode on the res. In fact, it's more like a highway on the res. And unlike this road, which is actually maintained by the reservation, McDowell Road is a Maricopa County Department of Transportation road. So, in case anybody cared. I don't know why I pay attention to that kind of stuff. It's just, that's the sort of thing that's always fascinated me. Well, somebody at that house sells breakfast burritos. Good to know. I spent a lot of my childhood growing up on an Indian reservation. I don't know if I've blogged about that much, but quite a bit of my childhood was spent in the community of Ethity on the Wind River Reservation. And that's a story for another time. But just driving through here is very similar to that. Since having the casinos, they've really been able to up their quality of their infrastructure. I mean, I'm digging the solar flashing stop sign and the fact that they actually have really, really nice street signs now. With 100 blocks and highly reflective signs and easy to read text, and even the logo or symbol or whatever you want to call it for the Salt River Pima Indian community. So funny wandering around through here because it's very, very rural. And some of the houses are really dumpy. Some of them are straight up rundown shacks. And you have structures like that out here. Because unlike in cities, you know, they're not going to tell you that you can't have that and give you bad fines. You know, so you got some dumpy, wow, I just had a flashback memory of that place. That's a story for another time. But, yeah, you'll have run-down, abandoned houses like that, and you have little dumpy trailers sitting on blocks that have people living in them, but you also have really, really nice houses out here. Anyway, I have already vlogged way too damn much today. I mostly just wanted to say that Mark Kia did me really good today, and I'm a lot happier that my seat no longer moves. I'm a lot happier that I know how to get to menus to adjust some more stuff on the car that I want to play with. And I don't have that open panel, which he said was open to install low jack. Somebody forgot to put it back. And also, I wanted to check on the chargers there. I didn't ask anybody, but it appears that that's one of those places that you can just roll up and plug in. And I may do that at some time, but I never want to be the asshole in the dark green Ford Mustang Mach-E that unplugged my car when it was supercharging. And I didn't even bother to plug in today because I was at 80% when I rolled in there. So what's the point of even plugging in at 80%? Anyway, I need to get myself some breakfast before heading into American Freight. So I think I'm just going to try to get myself close to American Freight, which, by the way, I think I'm at Greenfield and University, if I remember right. The one I'm working at. I mean, that's not where I'm at right now. I'm on the res right now. But headed to the Harbor Freight. That's probably going to be only open for 5 or 6 more days at Greenfield and University. And then then I've got a hell of a long drive to do in 1 hour to Factor. But I do have all the stuff I need for Factor already on me, and I made sure the cats had plenty of food when I left, so everything should be all good. And here's where the bit of country club that is a back road on the res ends at Oak Street. And up ahead of me, that's the Beeline Highway. To the left, that's the road to Payson. Also, will take you up to I don't even know what that word is, vote. there's a pretty outdated billboard. Yeah, it's also the highway that takes you up to Fountain Hills. And I'm pretty excited now that I got this car. It's an option for me to go do Shift Smart at the 2 Circle K's in Fountain Hills again. I was really enjoying those last summer. And, well, I really enjoyed one of them. One of them I didn't enjoy so much, but then as I got to know the manager, I was glad I got to meet her. She's an interesting woman, has had some challenges in life. And suddenly I wasn't at all bothered by the stuff she was having me do that I really didn't want to do. And then going this way, I think at this point is where it changes from the Beeline Highway to Country Club. Yeah, the signs say. I wasn't able to see it, but the signs say Country Club at that intersection. Anyway, I'm rolling into Mesa. Gonna get myself over to I always want to say Harbor Freight. It's so easy to confuse Harbor Freight with American Freight. And I do think there's some kind of a connection between the stores because their branding and logos are nearly identical. But apparently all American Freight stores are completely going out of business. And as far as I know, Harbor Freight is thriving. I had to stop going there. That's one of those stores I just spend too much damn money at every time I step into it. Used to be a frequent flyer there, and I don't really need any more tools right now. But I'm enjoying the extra shifts at American Freight as they're slowly winding down out of existence, and debating on which way I want to go. I think I'm just going to take this to Brown or maybe McKellips. It's so weird. Like, I mean, if I was in a hurry, I'd get on the freeway, obviously. But it's such a change knowing that taking the freeway is going to actually use more fuel, or in my case, energy, than driving on surface streets. That's still trying to wrap my head around that. And at some point I'll, compare and actually do the math and figure out how much, but the dealer sticker on this indicates it's a pretty significant difference. I enjoy killing time in this car. It's super comfortable. Just realized they turned my sound down. I never turned my sound down like that. I probably had it loud when I got in the car too. I want to get some McDonald's too. I think I got a really good deal going on for breakfast in the app that I haven't used. Speaking of deals at McDonald's, just to share it, yesterday for lunch, my total was like $2.50-ish. got a 10-piece McNuggets and a large Coke. If you're not using the app, you're McFucking up.